Hello, hello, hello. I think we're live right now. Want to welcome you to our hangout at 27 email marketing superstar strategies. And boy, if you're on this webinar right now, you probably know how powerful email is. Now, I just want to mention something that's pretty important right now. If my voice sounds kind of crackly over the internet right now, I think something is going on with our Google Hangouts for some reason, but it's going to be corrected in just a couple of minutes. I've noticed that when we've done these webinars over the last couple of weeks, as soon as I go into a screen share, then the sound is perfect. So I haven't been able to nail down, what the problem is, but it's kind of interesting. It's almost like magic. My voice might sound crackly right now, but as soon as I go to screen share and show you this presentation, it's going to sound great. I really believe it is. So be real patient with me right now. If it doesn't sound very good, and I need to spend just a couple of minutes talking about some really important things first before I get into these 27 email marketing superstar strategies. So a couple of items of business that are really important. Those of you who are on my team, welcome you out, and I want you to take serious note on what I'm going to teach you tonight, as well as those who are just kind of looking over the shoulder, and maybe you're a subscriber, maybe someone sent you a link to this email. I'm sorry, to this webinar. And if that's the case, I want to welcome you to. This is going to be 100% absolute value. Want to give you the value that you need, that you've come here for. Maybe you're I don't know, maybe you're a real estate agent and you're trying to learn how to do business online. Maybe you are in internet marketing or network marketing, and you want to crack the code on this internet stuff. You can absolutely do it. I've done other businesses in the past, and I've never seen anything that worked nearly as well, in my experience, than internet marketing. I think the only thing that comes maybe even close to that, at least in my opinion, would be real estate. But then real estate can be marketed online too. So anyway, going to show you exactly what you need to know. Now, what I want to do right now is, before I forget to do this is really important. Those of you who are on my team, and those of you who are new, I just want to do a shout out for the brand new team members that have just joined us. And very important that you know that this is my vision. First of all, my vision is to help 500 people earn $4,000 a month or more in their business. Now, why is it that I picked that number as part of the main goal of my vision? Well, the reason why I picked that number is because when I hit about $4,300 by my third month in doing internet marketing, it made all the difference in the world. I remember it was January when I did that, and in February and March, I was able to take my kids to a jazz ball game, and I was able to take my mother to a real fancy restaurant. It's called Teppanyaki. It's kind of like a Benihana, where they fix the Japanese food for you while they entertain at the same time, and it was really exciting. I was able to take my dad, who at that time was 84 years old. Now he's 85. He was 84 years old, and I was able to take him to a Utah Jazz basketball game, 7th row tickets. And you have to kind of put this in perspective. Right before I started it online, excuse me, we were going through absolute hell. I mean, it was the summer. I'm a college professor, but my situation is really different. Colleges and universities now are going more toward hiring part-time people, and I'm one of those part-time people. And that means that I don't have a contract. I don't have a contract and a salary that gets me through the summer. And so in the summers when students are not taking classes, I don't get paid that much. I mean, they take some classes, but my salary goes down about 2/3. And that's what we were facing a couple of years ago. And what happened is I had saved up a little bit of money to get me through the summer, but I had an attorney that went after my checking account, and they took every single dime I had out of a checking account because of some medical bills that I got behind on. So here I was with no income in the summer, or very, very little, I should say, not enough to pay rent, not enough to put food on the table for my 5 kids. And I actually had to go to my church, and I asked my bishop if he would please help me with some food. And I hated to do that, but that's the reality of the situation. But yet, a couple of months into that, or I'd say, let's say that was about August or September of that year, a couple of years ago, I started to learn how to do things online. The first month, I made about $800. The second month, I made about $1,200. The third month is when I hit the $4,300. I've had $11,000 a month. Last couple of years, I've made about $80-some thousand, and that's supplemental income. I mean, income on top of what I already earned as a teacher, and it comes in especially handy in the summer. And that's the reality of internet marketing. Is very, very powerful. Now, to kind of put all this in perspective, as far as email marketing is concerned, I think I've accumulated something like 80 or 82,000 names through email marketing. And as a result of my email strategies, each of those emails are worth about $10 each. And so I've made around $82,000 or $85,000 in the last couple of years. And it's in large part because of email marketing. Now I do YouTube marketing, I do blog marketing, but I got to tell you, it doesn't matter what method of marketing you are using. Okay, doesn't really matter. But the important thing is that you take advantage of email. You've got to build a list. And let me say this, some of you who are on this webinar right now, you've probably looked into a program called Instant Payday Network. It is a good program. I don't want to diminish that. But they do have a free auto email responder with that system. And it's fine for people who are just kind of, putting their toes in the water and checking it out and maybe getting things going as they're learning. But as soon as you can, you really need to switch over to a regular paid auto email responder, because people need to get to know, like, and trust you. And you want to be able to start reaching out to people in a mass way. So you need to get some kind of an auto email responder. I've used both Aweber and GetResponse. Both of them are great autoresponders. If I had to choose all over again, brand new, I would probably choose GetResponse because their email open rates are a little bit higher. They're more friendly to internet marketers. They're less likely to penalize you. Fortunately, I've never been penalized by Aweber, but I know that other people have. But on the other hand, Aweber does have a great customer service as well as GetResponse. I'm not familiar with the other auto email responders, so I really can't recommend them. But I've had a lot of great success and good experiences with both of those companies, Aweber and GetResponse. Now, I want to real quickly, before I get into the heart of this this topic today, and again, those of you who just got on this webinar right now, be patient with me for a few minutes, because right now the sound is probably bad. I know that it probably sounds crackly, as I mentioned before. But as soon as I go into a slide share presentation, that sound is going to clear up and it's going to sound great. So we're not sure exactly why it's doing that, but that's the reality of it. Just now, want to do a shout out. And, those of you who are on my team, bear with me for about a minute here. I want to do a shout out for brand new team members and congratulate you for making a great choice. Bo Christensen, Michael Berry, Stephen Wildsley, sorry, probably messed up your name, Stephen. Norman Derry, I talked to you on the phone the other day. Congratulations for joining our team. James Linton, Alan Lubert, Christopher Tony, Tony out in Europe, great guy. Boy, he's made some great commitments to his business, and I think he's going to be a superstar. I believe all of these people on this list can be a superstar if they take action on their business. Some more brand new team members: Chris Patton, Daniel Exelis, Whitley Williams, Fred Jakes, Abdul Mabeen, Dark Christensen, another guy who's taken some wonderful commitments in his business and in both of our opportunities here. John Garcia, Joel Revivo, Felipe Vasquez, Mike Berry, awesome guy. I mean, all of these guys are awesome. There are a few of them I haven't met yet because they joined so quickly. Hopefully, you know, those of you who are on my team, if you haven't heard from me yet, it's because I haven't been able to contact you by phone. Maybe there was a recording or something. So, you know, make sure to give me a call back here, and I'll coach on. You know, give you some coaching session here, so that you know exactly how to get your business going. Very important that you get some accurate and positive coaching, so you know which direction to go in and exactly which steps to make in your business. There's a lot of mistakes that you can make in the beginning, and I'm going to help you alleviate those mistakes and help you get on the right track. So make sure to call me if I haven't called you yet. A lot of you guys I've talked to already, but some of you I haven't been able to. So anyway, Dark Christensen, John Garcia, Felipe Vasquez, Mike Berry, Mark Uteranian, Sam Evans, Marius Ivan, and Kurt Forrester. Now, Kurt Forrester is not a new person. And Kurt, if you're on here tonight, great choice. Kurt's an awesome individual. He's made some significant brand new commitments in his business. That's why I want to do a shout out for him. Awesome individual. He's taking advantage of some great training that we have available within our particular primary company. So anyway, for all of you who are on this webinar tonight, this is such powerful stuff. It is so important, no matter, like I said before, no matter what kind of marketing you're doing, you absolutely have to have an auto email responder of some kind. You need to have email to be part of, and you'll see why here as we go along. I've had team members that have lost thousands of dollars only because they didn't have an auto email responder set up. On the other hand, I've had other team members who had an auto email responder and did wonderful. So you have to have an auto email responder. Now, let me move on here. So again, great shout out, and those of you who have been invited on as guests, welcome. And I hope that you'll apply this to whatever business that you might be doing, and because you can apply this to virtually any business online, no matter what you're doing. So now, guys, this is going to be some very powerful information I'm going to share with you. The information I'm sharing with you is from several different sources, okay? From my own experience, but I've also gone to other individuals that are multi-million-dollar earners in this company. I can name several of them. Let me think about this for a second. Tony Rush is one. Aaron Raskin is another one. Dave Wood is another one. I would say that I'm gleaning information from probably 5 or 6 different sources. Ray Higgins is another one. So anyway, not only have I gone my own experience, but I've also gone to people that are even higher earners than I have to give you the information that you need right now. And some of this information is new stuff that I've researched on my own. I'm a science teacher. I'm a science professor. I make no apologies for it. I love teaching, but also because of my science background, I'm in the habit of researching stuff out. So I'm giving you the newest state-of-the-art techniques that are used today. There's science to it, but there's also an art to it. So, and I love both. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to move on now. Go right over to my screen share, and give me just a minute to get this going. And incidentally, while I'm waiting for the screen to do its thing, let me see here. Present to everyone. Give me a second here. I got to get the right buttons pushed here. And I think we're good now. And you'll probably notice over there on the right, there is a button over there. Those of you who are considering iPass 2, there's a link over there for you to access iPass 2 over there. So I would invite you, anytime during the webinar here or at the end of the webinar, to click on that and take advantage of a $7 trial offer that's available through iPass. It's the particular opportunity that I've used, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful choice. Made a lot of money because of the iPass system. And so anyway, let me go through here on the slideshow. So I'm going to give you a ton of value here. So what I want you to do is this. Just a second here. I'll get this just right. Okay. What I'm going to ask you to do, guys, is this. Picture yourself in a college class or in a high school class or whatever learning environment you happen to be in. Think about the importance of getting the highest grade possible, an A, 100%. Now, this is all about your livelihood. And the way I look at it is this. You don't want to get just an 85 or 90%. You need to get 100% on this, or as close as you can on this. Take it seriously. I've spent a lot of time putting this information together, and so therefore, all I ask you to do is to do the same, to take this seriously, but more importantly, to take action on what I'm going to show you. The best marketing nuggets that are out there are no good unless a person takes action. So I'm going to invite you to take action on this stuff because it absolutely works. Okay. Now, so anyway, I'm going to ask you to click out of Facebook or your email or whatever distractions you may have. Turn your phone on vibrate or turn it off. Shut the door in your office or your bedroom, and take out a pen or paper. A pen or pencil and some paper, a notebook, or whatever you can to write on. I've got to go fast because there's a lot of information I'm going to show you. Okay. Now, in a few days, probably in a couple of days from now, on about Thursday or Friday, I will post this information on my blog, and it will actually be a written out summary of what I'm showing you right now. So keep your eye on your email. You can also go to the website at the bottom of this page. Don't do it now because we've got to move on with this material. But in a couple of days, go to workwithjacklater.com, and you'll have a script of what and some notes, some cliff notes of the main points that I'm going to talk about right now. Now, if you have any questions, put it in the comments, or you can email me if you want. Some of you guys have my email address because you're on my list. It's success@jacklater.com. Feel free to shoot me an email if you want to about any of the strategies that we talk about. We could actually get a dialogue going that way. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to address all your questions in the comments today because I've got so much to talk about. I need to move on now. So now, first thing right here, this is what you're going to discover on this hangout, how to create cash on demand with your emails, how to get your prospects to want your emails, okay? Subject lines that make your emails immune to the delete key, how to avoid the one killer mistake that most people make in their emails. And we'll talk about that and what that killer mistake is. And next, how to purposely use hot buttons to capture your prospect's attention. So right here, we're going to go right here at the first. How to create cash on demand through email marketing. Number one is fun. Nothing more fun than writing. This is the fun thing I like about it. There's nothing more fun than writing an email for 15 minutes than clicking the send button and watching commissions fly into your bank account. I don't particularly like writing. Don't get me wrong. Some people like writing. I personally don't. But I sure like clicking a send button and getting commissions coming into my bank account. And that's literally what has happened with me on many occasions. Sometimes it's an extra, $25. Sometimes it's an extra 50. Sometimes it's 300. Sometimes it's 1,000. So I've done that with a single email. It's simple. You don't need a PhD in journalism to do email marketing. In fact, don't try to be a great journalist or a PhD in writing to do this. You just want to be yourself. Email is personal. Email is powerful. It's intimate. One email address, and this is absolutely the truth, is better than 10 Facebook likes. Facebook is great. It's a great way to market, but your email it's a narrowed down list. It's a targeted list. In fact, if you're not targeting your marketing, you're probably doing something wrong. Okay. And, we've covered that marketing stuff in a lot of different webinars, and make sure to be here next week because we're going to talk about some more marketing stuff in addition to email marketing. But one email address is better than 10 Facebook likes. Now, captivating. Now we're going to talk about email structure as a whole. Okay, we'll kind of give you a roadmap right now. Number one, it's a captivating and compelling subject line. Very important. You want them to open up your emails. Okay. They don't open them up. It doesn't matter how perfect your body is of the email. You're not going to make any money. Okay. Impactful and personality driven email body, bullet points, attention getters, etc. Simple and clear call to action. Now that doesn't always mean pitching to them. It doesn't always mean, join my thing or buy my widget. Many times it's sending them value. It's sending them some kind of value to your list. Let's suppose that you have a list of stamp collectors. Okay, send them information about the stamp collecting hobby on a consistent basis. And every now and then you might want to send them to your a blog or a video or something where they have a chance to get more value. But then you might have a link there to join your thing. But most of your emails are going to be value driven, and you'll see what I mean by value driven here in a minute and why that's important. You need to have a captivating subject line. Now, remember, everyone checks their email box, their inbox, with one finger on the delete key. I mean, don't you do that? I mean, I do. I'm deleting emails constantly. The job of the subject line is to get people to open your emails. Now, how do you know if they're opening? You just check your open email rates to be sure. If you have Aweber or GetResponse, they both will show you open email rates. If you're not sure how to do that, just call up customer service and ask them, how do I access my email open rates? It's very easy with both of those companies. So that's how you know for sure. The average open rate in this industry is about 5%. But you can get that percentage up to 10, 15, 20. I have some emails that will get 60, 55, 60% open rates. So it really does matter what you do in your subject line and what kind of value you're giving them in the email. Emotion, very, very important. Now, we're still talking about subject lines. Emotion works very, very well. Remember, sales is a transference of emotion. So whether you're talking about anger, curiosity, surprise, humor, they all work. This ticked me off, rant enclosed. I hate when this happens to me. Open up. This will be the funniest story you'll ever hear right here today. You might as well just set fire to your bank account. I mean, that conjures up a vision, doesn't it? Someone just asked me a silly question. Then he said, I'd rather you punch me in the face. I mean, talk about emotion. Okay, content style subjects. So tell the prospect what's in the email. And I did that on the email that you may have gotten about this particular webinar. I think I said something like live at 9 p.m. How to get, or I don't remember the exact subject line, but 27 email strategies. But anyway, a video. I shot this from my balcony in Hawaii. Pick. Would you like your inbox to look like this? Blueprint. How to earn $3,000 a day with no phone calls. And I see these words frequently. Live, video, pick, blueprint is some of the most successful internet marketers on the planet. And I know a lot of them, okay? Neil Patel's another one. I almost forgot about Neil Patel. I just go to all the big marketers that are multimillionaires, and I learn from them. There's nothing wrong with learning from other people on their websites and their emails. Your login instructions, good to use for the first email of your follow-up messages, great open rate. A lot of times people will log into your email because you've offered them something. Maybe it was an email, maybe it was some kind of a lead magnet. Maybe it's a giveaway. Maybe you're giving them a report or a PDF or a video or a training or something like that. Well, this is your login instructions. And I'll guarantee you that's going to have a high open rate. My open rates on that first email is super high, especially when I tell them stuff like this. Oh, I love this list. People love top 5 or top 10 lists. Remember, David Letterman. That's the most popular thing that people look forward to on the David Letterman show is the top 10 list, right? The top 10 screw-ups to avoid in a home business. 10 ways the wealthy think differently than average people. If you ask me the one thing to do to become wealthy, ... and then they have to open it up to find out, right? My favorite 3 methods for creating an avalanche of leads, ... They have to open it up to find out. What do Donald Trump, Richard Branson, and Bill Gates have in common? They have to open it up to find out. Now, this is what's kind of interesting about this. Odd numbers are usually better than even numbers. I know 10's an even number, but people like top 10 lists. So that's kind of an exception. But if the email is talking about some kind of a strategy that you want people to learn, then it's often better to have lower numbers. On the other hand, if there's lots of benefits that you're trying to teach people, then a higher number is better. I picked the number 27 on this particular webinar because there's a lot of ways, a lot of things that you could do to implement in your business, and that's a positive thing. So I actually went with a higher number there. So anyway, but it's also the truth. Now, next. Now, here's a free title generator if you want to check it out. Use a little caution with this. You could use title generators as an idea jogger. But your best way to decide is to test if a subject line is working is to check your email open rates, okay? Again, like I said before, I'm going to take you to this title generator for a second, and I'm going to kind of show you how this works. I'm not going to spend very much time on it, but you can see the URL there for it. But let me go to this title generator. Here it is right here. So this is at tweakyourbusiness.com. It's a blogging community. So tweakyourbusiness.com, tools, title generator. You'll see the URL on my page here in a minute when I go back there. But all you do, it's really simple. Watch this. I'm going to go ahead and type in a word. Let's say email marketing. Okay. Now let's see what kind of title generators. Again, these are subject lines that it'll produce. Now remember, you could use this in both making email subject lines, but you can also use this to create titles for videos and for blogs. Okay. Now we'll click submit. Look how easy this is. Go to the bottom and look at all these different ideas: lists, top 10 things, top 5 things. Best email marketing Android apps. I mean, some of them will apply, some won't. Top 40 quotes on email marketing. How to. I use how to's a lot. How to make more email. Let's see, that doesn't work. How to make. Well, some of them won't work. Some of them will. How to learn email marketing. That's fine. How to teach email marketing. How to restore. I mean, you just have to go through them. Some of them will be really great. Some of them will be dumb because it's computer generated. But it's celebrities' secret. Let me see here. Cracking the email marketing code. I like that one. Cracking the email marketing secret. Okay. I really like that. Cracking the email marketing code. I might just use that one time. And you can see some other ideas here. But anyway, don't want to spend a lot of time on this. So anyway, here is the URL here again. Let me go back here. Sorry about this. There it is. Don't put the W's in there. You just go tweakyourbiz.com/tools/title hyphen generator /index.php. So I'll give you a second to write that down. Hopefully you had that before, but I need to move on quickly here. And again, you could check out my website at workwithjacklater.com. In a couple of days, and this link will be on there. I'll actually have the hyperlink so you can just click on my site and see it. So watch your email like a hawk, guys. I realize it's really easy to just skip an email, but don't skip these emails. These emails provide you with training and tips and ideas that you can use in your own business. Okay, it's those emails are there to help you out. I avoid pitching. I really try to give as much value as I can. Now, obviously, I'm in a business, and every now and then you will see a kind of a pitchy email. But most of the time, I'd say 80 or 90% of the time, you're getting 100% absolute value, like you are on this webinar tonight. So watch your email like a hawk. In a couple of days, you'll have the link to that. Now, of course, this is a caution. Use title generators only as an idea jogger, okay? And you put your own personality in there. After a while, you'll want to just learn how to do those titles on your own. And just from experience, you're going to get better and better at it. Now, let's go on to the body, okay? Now, the job of the subject line is to get you to click, is to get you to open up the email. The body of the message is to get you to take action on something, whatever that happens to be. The email is not about presenting, explaining, or convincing. It's about making one simple action very attractive. Okay. Well, what's the action? Clicking on a link, watch a video, buy a product now, or take advantage of a bonus. Okay. The focus of the entire body of the message is to get them to take that one action step. Now, 2 action steps are not usually a very good idea. One action step is best. Clicking to watch a video on a blog. Go to my blog and check out XYZ training or XYZ tip. Maybe there's a motivational video that you have on your blog. Click here to watch XYZ topic or whatever it happens to be. You got the idea. Okay, now what should the body consist of? Here's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love this photograph. I don't know when that was taken, man. That guy's a lot older now. It's probably about 20 years ago. Anyway, tell stories. Stories captivate people, and stories elicit emotion. Even if you're sending a straight pitch, wrap it in a story or some other personality-driven message. A call to action that tells the prospect exactly what you want them to do. Now, stories are powerful. When you can, wrap it up in a story if you can do that. Now, I want to show you an example. Here's kind of a neat story. It's not a personal story of mine, but it is an awesome story. Let me show you this for a second. Let me click out of here just for a minute. I'm going to show you something kind of interesting. I'm going to go to my own email. I'm going to show you an email that I sent out just a couple of days ago. You may have seen it. Here's the subject line right here. Okay, right there. It says, waitress shocked, gets a $2,000 tip. Now, this isn't my story. This is another story that I found that was real compelling. In fact, it was an email that I got from somebody else, and it's been all over the news, I guess. But let me just show you this for a second. This is a neat story. I'm going to open this up. Here it is. Hi, wouldn't anyone just love being on the receiving end of such a generous gift? A waitress named Lauren Lopez, 19, at Logan's Roadhouse in Fort Smith, Arkansas, just received a huge tip, and this is true. After the meal, she got the receipt, walked to the computer to put in her tip, information in. Lauren found herself staring at a $278 check or a bill from the customer with a $2,000 tip. So look at the check right over here on the right. This is the check that the customer was given. It looks like $253, probably feeding a family, I guess, or maybe a real fancy restaurant. Who knows? But look at the tip. I mean, my daughter worked in a real fancy restaurant. She never, ever got a tip that big, ever. I remember one day she got as much as $300 in a single day, but never a $2,000 tip. Awesome story. She could not talk for a good 2 minutes. Lauren sat there and stared at it. She could not believe what just happened. Lauren hugged the customer, thanked her. The woman wanted to remain private, so she is keeping her name anonymous. It's something that this woman wants to do for people. She used to be a waitress too. She just likes to give back. Lauren was very grateful for what she did. Doesn't it just make you feel good that somebody believes that people are worth that kind of money for the hard work they put in? Wouldn't you just love being able to be in a position to pay it forward to others? That's exactly why my wife, Patty, and I are helping others benefit from the online business that we provide others. No other online business in the world pays as well as the one we are offering you here. The secret of living is giving. Take advantage of owning your own business for the ridiculously low startup fee that Patty and I are offering you right now. It's like $7. You'll be glad you did. So what I've done there is I've wrapped up an awesome, neat story, lots of cool emotion in there with an opportunity too. So like I said before, if you're going to do a pitch, try to wrap it in a story if possible, okay? Let's see here. PowerPoint. Go back to my PowerPoint here. Okay. So even if you're sending a straight pitch, wrap it in a story or some other personality-driven message. So that's what I do try to do. Okay, make your email super easy to read. Make your emails narrow. Now, we're not talking about reading a textbook from college. Textbooks are not written, they're kind of boring, right? Well, you got to make these emails easy to read because they're not going to spend very much time on your email before they delete it, okay? Even some best-selling authors do this. You probably heard of James Patterson. For example, James Patterson writes adult novels as well as kids novels. He writes with narrow lines and paragraphs that are easy to read, a lot like this pages right here. His chapters are only 3 or 4 pages long. He knows how to keep his audience reading, okay? He keeps them mesmerized. Write in chunks. Sentences should be 1 to 10 words. Paragraphs should be 1 to 3 lines. Each line should be narrow. Lots of white space. Ultra short emails are great. An example of this is Neil Patel. He does a lot of blog marketing training for our particular company. He's not a member of our organization, but he's a multimillionaire. We've Our company has hired him to do on-site training as well as online training. And when I watch his emails, most of them are super short. Okay, but they come right to the point, get your attention, and they're designed, again, just to do one simple action, and that is to click on the link to go to his blog so you can get the value that he's providing to the community and selling whatever he sells there. Remember, you're not trying to get an A in journalism, so don't be afraid to write like you talk, okay? Avoid passive tense. Passive tense is when the subject of the sentence is having something done to it instead of doing it, okay? In other words, what sounds better? Commissions are paid by the iPass2 system weekly, or you get paid every week. So you is involving you, okay? It's happening to you. When you click the link over there on the right, you'll see how that happens and how people get paid on a weekly basis. And of course, I want to invite you to do that at any time. But let's check this out for a minute. Very important that you use the words "you" and "your" a lot. Okay. Now I want to show you something here. I'm going to go up to the top. And I'm just going to show you the title. And there's reasons why I used the title that I did. Look at the body of this title. How to create cash on demands with your emails. I'm using "you" and "your" a lot. How to get your prospects to want your emails. Subject lines that make your emails immune to the delete key. How to avoid the one killer mistake that most people make in their emails. Okay, how to purposely use hot buttons to capture your prospects' attention. So I try to use "you" and "yours" as often as I can. Now, let me go back here. Okay, features versus benefits. Very important that you understand the distinguishing feature here. A feature is what a product is or a system is, okay? A benefit is what it does, okay? What it does for your prospect, okay? Now, for example, here's some features. Our company operates in 150 countries around the world, okay? We have 200,000 square foot warehouse in Salt Lake City, Utah. Our juice contains 14 different antioxidants. We use a 128-bit encrypted shopping cart system. Okay, I'm almost going to sleep right now. Okay, but check this out. Here's some benefits. You can have people from all over the world paying you 24 hours a day. And that's true. I can say that. You can sit on the beach while your business makes money for you. I've done that. You'll always be able to get your favorite products anytime you want them. No back ordering required. You'll lose weight, feel great, and look awesome. You can safely place your order online at any time or instantly. So now check this out. This is what I mean. Okay. I love vets. I love fast cars. Look at the one on the right, the bottom right. Okay. You almost can't help but to get your eyes off the left one, but look at the one on the bottom. It's a diagram of all of the features of a Corvette. Interior, body panels, tops, radials, wheels, suspension, engines. If you tell me that your car that you're selling me has a 455 V8 with headers and a 4-barrel carburetor, that's kind of cool. I like talking about that stuff. But tell me that your vet does wheelies across the finish line, and I'm sold. See what I mean? Make sure that you're talking about benefits. Selling is a transference of emotion, okay? People buy on emotion. Yeah, they might say that they bought because of this, or this feature, but the reality is that they bought on emotion, and then they convince themselves intellectually and psychologically why they made the positive decision, the buying decision that they made. Selling is a transference of emotion, whether it's happy or sad or excited or whatever. Your emotional posture and confidence shines through in your emails. Believe it or not, it's not only just audio and video and webinars, but it's what you write in your emails, and people feel that, okay? Write your emails like you're talking to your best friend. Okay. Are you being authentic? Are you being yourself? Is your personal development part of your daily life? That's why we stress personal development so much. Reading books and listening to audio on a daily basis. I was reading a book today and listening to an audio today. I was reading the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey today. A phenomenal book. You ought to read it. And I like watching funny stuff. Right before this video, just to get me in the mood a little bit, I was watching a short little video take with Johnny Carson. It was funny as heck. It's called Sis Boom Bah. You ought to check it out. I mean, when we're done with this YouTube, you ought to check it out. It's Sis Boom Bah. It's on YouTube. And, I've been at the dentist all day long. And I was at the dentist for 3 hours today. And my jaw is still sore. And it's just one of those things that I do before a webinar or before I'm doing a video is I'll just watch something really funny to kind of get me in the emotional mood, to get me in a good mood. I don't necessarily have the best, sense of humor in the world, but I know humor when I see it, and I enjoy it, and it gets me in a good, positive, excited mood. So anyway, that's just one little thing that I do besides my own personal development. How do you come across in your emails? Now, assume rapport. Don't make it so formal. No formal introductions. Emails are personal. You're not writing a business form letter, heaven forbid. In the old days, before the internet, we did that a lot. Email is different. It's not like a business letter that you're sending out to people. This is a personal message that you want to give people, hopefully in a way that they're going to want to open your email, and you're giving them value in that email, something that's going to help them out in their business. And you know what? When you're first starting, it might be something as simple as a motivational video, maybe a viral video online. You can just type in, viral motivational videos or viral sports videos. I did that a lot at the very beginning. And as time goes on, when you learn your craft more, start providing more and more value. Now, you're probably saying, okay, Jack, I haven't been doing internet marketing very long, or maybe I've never done any internet marketing. Well, this is a business where you learn and you do, and you make money at the same time. So what I invite you to do is that as you're learning your craft, okay, let's suppose that you've purchased a product of some kind. Maybe it's a product on how to market on YouTube, okay? While you're going through that product, your emails can reflect the stuff that you've learned. Now, an even better thing to do would be to create a blog of what you've learned, maybe a I don't know, 300 or 500 word blog page, a post, and you could direct your emails to that post and give people value, okay? Real value. The stuff that you found valuable about this webinar, for example. You could blog about this and then send people a short email directing them to your blog about how to make money with email, and you can get signups that way. So feel free to do stuff like that. Write like you talk. Don't try to impress anyone. Write like you're talking to your best friends. Keep things simple. This is another neat trick and idea that I learned not too long ago. Use LY words like really, only, seriously, amazing, certainly, hardly. Just a couple of examples. Only minimizes the length of time or money required in the mind of a reader or whatever it happens to be. Think about the word seriously. Seriously isolates a voice of reason. For example, this is seriously the best idea I could give you. It's kind of like putting the word but in there, but it's not negative. Okay, seriously gets people's attention, isolates it, and gets them to pay attention to what's after that, right? Amazingly, certainly, hardly, truly. Here's a few more. Clearly, honestly, clearly positions you as an authority. Example, clearly there's nothing better than what I'm going to tell you to do right now, okay? And, like at the beginning, there's nothing you can do better right now. Clearly, there's nothing better you can do right now than to take notes on everything that I'm teaching you right now. And if you're not able to get notes quick enough, it's going to be on the website in a couple of days if you watch your email. And in my opinion, clearly there's nothing you could be doing this week or today, that is, than clicking the link on the right to iPass. It's a phenomenal system. I've done other systems in the past. I've never seen anything that worked nearly as well as iPass 2. So clearly that would be a phenomenal choice for anyone on this particular webinar. And incidentally, guys, if someone else has referred you to this webinar besides me, get back with the person who referred you. Chances are most of you probably came through me because I have a pretty large list. But so honestly separates everything you said before. It raises the value of what you are going to tell them. Honestly, the stuff I'm about to teach you is some of the most important stuff I could possibly teach you. So anyway, it separates. But be careful, don't overdo it. I use LY words as a garnish inconspicuously throughout your email. Bucket brigade copy. This is kind of a neat idea. I do this every now and then. A bucket brigade is, you know what a bucket brigade is. It's a row of people passing a bucket from one person to the next. In a minute, I'm going to show you a real cool pic that I found out about that until they get to the fire. A bucket brigade copy is when you write your copy in a way that the prospect's eyes are pulled from one paragraph to the next, okay? Almost automatically they find themselves reading an entire email, even though they only intended to scan it. Now, that story that I gave you before of the waitress that earned $200 or $2,000 tip, boy, I mean, that was a mesmerizing story, wasn't it? That was written in Bucket Brigade, whether the writer knew that or not. I did not write that. I wrote the tail end of it, but I didn't write the main body of it. Excellent example of Bucket Brigade. It kept the reader moving all the way down, all the way through the email. There's some things that you could do to help you with that. I'm going to show you here. The easiest way to create a Bucket Brigade is using impactful, hypnotic language, okay, bold type, highlighting, writing in chunks, and attention getters. You like that photo up there? I think that's cool. I love old photographs. Man, that thing looks like it's 150 years old. I don't know how old it is. That's pretty old. Impactful, hypnotic language, bold type, highlighting, writing in chunks, attention getters, okay? Boy, I'll tell you, that story, the $2,000 tip, wasn't that an attention getter? And on that one, we didn't have to use very much highlighting and bold type, but it was so hypnotic, it kept you reading. Conditioning prepares people to buy your stuff. For example, price. Price is very important. $10,000 value being offered for $49.97 as an example, okay? The value greatly outweighs the price. Pile on the value, the price thereafter, because it's significant. Think of it as a scale, okay? On one end is price, on the other hand is your product, okay, or your system or whatever you're offering. Make sure that you communicate well to people the value, okay? And again, you're going to talk about benefits, okay, more than features. Talk about only benefits, and that's fine, okay? But you got to pile on the value. Now, obviously, you have to have something that has value, right? This is something that I feel very, very strongly about. If I could just kind of segue for a second. You have to have 1,000% belief in whatever you're selling, okay? It's what I call moral authority. If I sell a product, and we have several products within our system, if I sell a product for X amount of money, I'm going to learn that product. If I have an educational product, and we do have educational products, I learn that product inside and out, and I become a product of the product. That allows me also to have moral authority and say that, yes, I do see how significant this particular product is because I've used it, I've gotten benefit from it, I've made X amount of money from it, from learning the techniques or whatever it happens to be. Make sure that you are a product of the product and have moral authority. Never lie. But you got to have a belief in whatever you're selling. If you're selling Mercedes-Benzes, and you really believe that everybody should be driving around in Vegas, then you're going to have a problem. Okay, effort. What I did to get the results, for example, I wrote the blog, I posted it on Facebook, I emailed my list. They know what to expect. Expectation is another great way to help sell and condition people for the buying process. Show them the page they see after they click on your link, or explain it to them. When you get started, this is what's going to happen. Tell them what to expect. This could be on a video. For example, you can say something like, when you click the link on this page, let's say, for example, iPass. Okay. That's the system that I use. So I'll just use that as an example. Click the link, the iPass 2 link. And when you click the iPass 2 link, you're going to come to a video. A man by the name of Chris Jones is going to introduce what iPass is all about. He's going to talk about how people are making tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars with the iPass 2 system. But he's also going to talk about people whose lives are being changed from just, $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month, and having those small wins. And then you're also going to see other people's testimonials and how they're doing with the iPass 2 system. And then he's going to tell you to take advantage of a $7 trial offer. And so check that out. So that's what I'm talking about with expectation, letting people know what they're going to see when they click the link. Competitors, okay, you could do this. Comparing something else to what you have. For example, you could pay $25 for a ready-made blog platform, or you could spend $1,000, set everything up on your own, and go through all the headaches with it. Well, which one are they going to want to buy? Well, they're going to want to buy the $25 blog. Screenshots. Broadcast your small successes, and I do that as frequently as I can. In fact, last week I did it twice. Some of you may have seen an email. One I sent out was an income proof that I had for that particular month. Another broadcast, another screenshot that I sent through email was the fact that I hit the leaderboard out of thousands and thousands of people who are in iPass. I actually hit the top 1%, and I sent a screenshot showing that, so that people know that that I'm a credible person and I know how to get leads. I know how to produce. So it's very important that you broadcast your small successes. And it's one of the, I was learning from an individual who earned something like $4.5 million in our particular opportunity. And he was saying that the first thing, the most important thing that he learned early in his career is that he was told by his mentor to always celebrate your small successes, whatever they be. You start out brand new, you get 10 leads, broadcast it, let other people know about it. You made your first $100, broadcast, tell people about it. You earn your first $1,000, your first $10,000, whatever it is, broadcast it. Images, videos. You could have this is kind of a cool idea, and I do this every now and then. Let's say I make a short little value video about how to market on YouTube, for example. It might be a 5-minute tip on a YouTube video, but then what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of that YouTube video and put it in my email, and that image is clickable. They click to it, and it goes to an embedded video on my blog. I see it done all the time, and it works very, very well. Email autoresponders. Ready-made follow-up emails are not a replacement for your own voice and personality. Now, they are great at the very beginning, especially when you're starting out brand new. Chances are, if you join a system of some kind, an internet marketing system, they probably do have ready-made follow-up emails, and they're usually very, very well written. But what you want to do is, over time, as you get more and more experience, you want to start sending your own emails out. Actually, you need to start sending your own emails out personally right at the beginning. But over time, what I do or what I always do is I start replacing the old follow-up emails that came with that system, and I replace it with my own as time goes on. Now, it might take you a year to do that, but the idea is that those ready-made ones are not a replacement for your own personality. Chances are, if they're ready-made follow-ups, they're written by somebody else, even though they're phenomenal and they may be great email follow-ups, eventually you want to replace them with your own. Broadcast to your list every day. Take less than 10 to 15 minutes. You're not trying to win a Pulitzer Prize here. In fact, shorter is usually better. Don't worry about the unsubscribes. Some people really worry about that, and they shouldn't, because you're not trying to you're not going to be able to sell everybody. You're not going to be able to have chemistry with everybody. You're only concerned about the people who are interested anyway. So don't worry about the unsubscribes. You're probably going to get hate mail from time to time. Don't respond to it. It's not worth it. It's not worth your effort. Just delete the mail. Or you can even if you get hate mail from a person who is not unsubscribed, you may want to even just unsubscribe that person anyway. Okay. Watch your emails and watch your open rates and your click-through rates. Again, every company has those. AWeber and GetResponse both provide those. Polarize your list. Now, I want to be careful about how I'm using this word polarize. I'm not talking about alienating your list. I'm talking about polarizing your list, and you'll see what I mean here in a minute. When you market to everybody, you market to nobody. Not everyone is going to be interested in your information. They're not all going to be interested in your value or your opportunity. That's okay. You're only marketing to the people that are interested. 80% of your results will come from 20% of your effort. This is what I call the Muhammad Ali effect. It's called jab, 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 right hook. Okay. I give them lots of value, for example. And it might be the fifth email or the fourth email that actually does the selling. Okay. Also give value 80 to 90% of the time, and ask 10 to 20% of the time. It'll work much better. If you're just pitching and saying, join my thing, or buy my product, they're going to click out of your emails, and they're going to unsubscribe you faster than heck. Okay. So you can increase your open rates by providing value. It could be a short video. I've talked about that before. It could be something simple like a motivational quote, but give them value. Okay. 80 to 90% of the time. Jab, 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 right hook. Now, great marketing puts the right message in front of the right person at the right time. The goal of marketing is to grow a large following of raving fans, friends, and followers. Not everyone will like you. Okay, so focus on the ones who follow and trust you. These are the people who open your emails, read your content, click on your links. When the chamber of a person's life stops spinning around, there will be a time when they open their door, and you'll be the one they turn to for solutions. So they're going to turn to you when their life stops spinning around, when they've said enough is enough, and they're ready to make a choice in whatever product or system that you're trying to sell. And especially if you personally know that is a wonderful product or system that you're promoting. I love iPass too. I love the results I get from it. I love the money I make from it. That's why I have no problem telling you to click the link on this page and check out iPass for the $7 trial. Now, don't be afraid to polarize your list. Most of you guys know who Muhammad Ali is. Even if you're not in my generation, you probably know who he is. But I'll tell you, he polarized the world. Either you hated him or you loved him. And some people a little bit of both. And it's kind of funny because even the people who hated him would go to his boxing matches just to see him get beat. But he hardly ever lost. He only lost, I think, 5 out of 50 some matches. And this is him knocking out George Foreman at the top left in Zaire. George Foreman was unbeaten, and he was a strong puncher, larger than Ali, Ali knocked him out in the 8th round. And look over there on the right. You know his story about his avoiding the draft and his reasons for doing so, and his opposition to the Vietnam War. Boy, I tell you, he had a lot of haters at that time, but now he has the popularity of the world. Very well respected. You remember in I think it was 96 Olympics when he lit the torch at the Atlanta Olympics. Yeah, he polarized the world, but there's very few people in the world that are more popular and more respected now than Muhammad Ali. Awesome individual. But yes, he polarized his list, or he polarized the nation. Okay. Now, again, I'm not saying alienate your list. That's not what I'm saying. But you're going to have to polarize your list. Think about it this way. Do you know any leader in the world that doesn't have haters, okay? Who doesn't have enemies? I can't think of a single leader. Even the Pope has people that don't like him. The president of our church, as wonderful as he is, he has people that don't like him. Every leader has it's lonely at the top, but it's very important concept that you have to grasp. That's why we say don't worry about the unsubscribes. How can which topics will polarize people? Okay, you're sifting the wheat from the tares here. Okay, religion, beliefs, laws, values, visions. You can think of them. Think of Ali here for a second. Every single one of these things, religious belief, laws, values, vision, he polarized with all of those. Boy, he had strong religious beliefs. Not everybody agreed with him. But you know what? This is kind of interesting. I got to tell you, Martin Luther King had a lot of respect for Muhammad Ali, even though Ali is a Muslim, and of course Martin Luther King is a Christian. Martin Luther King said, no matter what you think or feel about Mr. Muhammad Ali's religion, you've got to respect his courage. And even Martin Luther King in those days was saying, if you feel that this Vietnam War is objectionable or immoral, then register as a conscientious objector, like Muhammad Ali did. Again, I'm sure Martin Luther King did not agree with Ali's religious positions, but yet he respected him, and he was a follower and a great friend to Ali. So these are the topics. You're going to be polarizing people, but that's okay. Okay, you're not alienating them. We're not trying to alienate our entire list. I mean, if you wanted to, you could do that real easily, right? I mean, you could say something really dumb and you'd alienate everybody, but no, you don't want to do that. But you're going to polarize people, so don't be afraid to deal with these issues, and it'll keep your readers. Maybe they're not going to agree with everything, but it's interesting how many of them will stay on your list still. So anyway, hope that you got a lot of value from that today. And I've talked a little bit about iPass as we've gone along here. If you want access to the same system I use to make money online, click iPass 2 button at this on this page. You can see my income proof below there. This was from, I think, last week sometime. I had a $500 day, all-time almost $53,000 there. I think that's gone over now. But anyway, this has been a wonderful, wonderful choice. And email marketing is a huge, huge part of this. And so I just want to encourage you guys, take serious note of, just a second here, go back to the original. Email marketing, take action on it, okay? You can't put it off, okay? If you're really serious about internet marketing, yeah, it's going to be like, if you've never done it before, just like anything else you've tried in your life, it's going to be like jumping into a cold water in the pool because you don't know what to expect. But I'll tell you, I have no regrets at all. If this is right for you, and it may or may not be, I don't know. But think about your own situation. For example, how much money do you want to earn per month? let's say it's $10,000 or $7,000 or $8,000. What would that do for your situation? What would that do for your life? Now think about that. The money isn't that important, really. What's more important is what it's going to do for you. Is it going to bring your wife home from work? Is it going to allow you to do fun things with your family like that you couldn't afford to do before? Like going to pro ball games like it's allowed me to do. Taking your parents out to a nice dinner like it's allowed me to do. Maybe it's going on trips more. Maybe you're just trying to get out of debt. What is it? Okay. Hopefully that's going to drive you to make a decision. Not necessarily the money. It's not what the cash in your hands, right? It's what it does. The benefit, right? You need to make a choice, right? If you're seriously thinking about doing something with internet marketing, and some of you probably are because you're on this webinar and you're wanting to learn how to do email marketing, get out of your comfort zone. Okay, you have to get out of your comfort zone and don't just put your toes in the water. Okay, you've got to immerse completely and take this seriously and take action. I want to encourage you to take action in whatever business that you're doing. Even if you don't join my business, it's okay. I'm not looking to sponsor everybody. I'm only looking for leaders anyway. And let me mention something before I forget this. I'm offering 10 people before tonight, okay? And I'm only going to offer this to people who are on this webinar right now, okay? And I did offer to some people a couple days ago too. So if you join iPass 2 before midnight tonight, okay, tonight's the deadline on this, then I'm going to give you free, without any charge, 3 different trainings specifically on how to get leads online, okay? Specifically how to get leads online. It's very significant training on how to get leads, but I'm only offering it to 10 people, and I believe right now we're down to number 7, okay? So we've only got, let's see, 10, 9, 8, 7. So we only got 6 spots left after right now, okay? You have between now and midnight to join before the other 6 join, okay? So if you're thinking about iPass, it's a $7 trial. The free marketing training that I'm going to give you applies to even if you just do the $7 trial. If you decide later on you don't want to do it, in other words, it's a $7 trial for 7 days. Make sure to go through the video training that they train you on so that you know how you're going to be able to make money with iPass. It's very simple, but you've got to follow the steps. You've got to take action. If you decide that it's not for you, that's okay. You can keep the training, but that's my promise. Now, I'm going to ask you to do this. You've got to email me back as soon as you join. You got to email me back and put in the subject line, I joined iPass, please send me the bonus. Or you could just say something like bonus request. Let's say that. Let's say bonus requested, okay? And I will reply back to you with the 3 bonus training. Now, I'm not offering it to everybody. Like I said, I did offer it a couple of days ago, so I got to honor those people too in one email that I sent out. So I need to honor that one. And if any of you are on this video right now, if you haven't received your, if you haven't received your bonus yet, you should have. But if you haven't, for some reason, email me and I'll make sure to send that right away. So anyway, tonight's the night. You've got to jump on today and take advantage of that $7 7-day trial. And don't forget to email me back. So anyway, I hope that you got a ton of value. And this is how I feel about this. And whatever business that you happen to be in, think about this for a second. Zig Ziglar, he said that if you help enough people get in life what they want, you'll be able to get in life whatever you want. Okay, I sincerely believe that. It used to be when I first started marketing, it was all about me earning X amount of money and me getting what I wanted. Okay, now I've switched that attitude. Boy, I know how it hurts to be in a spot, being on basically welfare with my church, getting food help. As wonderful as that was, I didn't want to have to do that. I know how it is to just have a hard time making ends meet, because I've been there. I've had garnishments. I've had attorneys go after my checking account. I know how it feels. I just want you to know that whatever business that you happen to be in, it's not going to be easy. If you're looking at a system thinking that if I could put in, $47 a month or whatever the system or the product is, and I could get some kind of return, it's the wrong thinking. This isn't the lottery, okay? This is a real business. You're going to have to work hard in internet marketing. But I'll tell you, compared to other businesses, compared to your job, there's no equal to this. I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. I hope that you'll take this to heart. I hope that you'll hit the 4,700 or the 5,000 or the 8,000 or whatever dollar amount that you're trying to reach. But more importantly, when you click the link on this page or whatever system that you're using or whatever product you're promoting, or whatever business you happen to be doing, I hope that more importantly, you keep in mind why you're doing it, okay? What's it for? Your family or retirement, getting out of debt, maybe like somebody told me the other day, I want my daughter to be able to take dancing lessons and not worry about where the money's going to come from. I want my son to be able to take guitar lessons. And you know who you are. Okay, you're probably on here. He said I wanted my son to be able to take guitar lessons and not have to worry about where the money's going to come from. I hate worrying. He said I hate worrying about money. Let that propel you. Whatever your why is. Maybe you're 15 years from retirement. That's one of my whys that keeps me going. Things are going to be tough from time to time, but you've got to keep moving forward. I believe that one of my strengths is number one, persistence, but number two is tenacity. I don't give up, especially when I know something is good. I passed through my own primary opportunity is a good system. That's why I'm so persistent and consistent and tenacious about doing my marketing, whether it's YouTube marketing or blogging or Facebook, whatever I happen to be using that week. I focus mostly on blogging and video. I'm just dogged, persistent as hell, and tenacious. You've got to have this, don't quit. I mean, this is how I look at it. Dang it. If you and I get on a treadmill, okay, one of us is getting off, and it's not going to be me. And if I don't get off, I'm going to die trying. Okay, that's how I feel about it. It's a dogged determination that we have to have. Anyway, I'm done ranting. I can go on and on and on. I'm grateful that you were on here today. Hope that you apply. Okay, don't just learn this stuff. I want you to master it, but I want you to apply it. I want you to master it, and I want you to apply it, and apply it well. Make it a great day. Watch your email like a hawk because next week we're going to be doing a similar kind of training. Haven't decided exactly what it's going to be. It may be more email stuff. It may be other lead generation tactics. It's going to be 100% value. I want you to be on that webinar next week. Even if you're not on my team, that's okay. I want you to get value from what I'm going to show you next week. Also, keep your eye out on your email for the blog version of this so that you have everything written down and the links that I talked about. There may be some other links in there too that I'll throw in. So watch your email like a hawk. When you get the email in the next couple of days, click on that, go to the blog or whatever I'm sending you to, and get value. Become a sponge. of learning your craft. You know, today when I was at the dentist, and I know I'm ranting here, and you could jump off anytime you want or click the link anytime you want, but let me finish with this. I was really impressed today. Like I said, I went to the dentist today, but I actually went to a dental school here in Salt Lake City. It's called Rosemont University. And I went to dental school, and it takes longer to go through the process because there are students there. But I was really impressed with this. Those students are spending a lot of time and effort learning their craft, and they work tirelessly learning their craft. Now, I'm really interested in what they're learning because I'm a physiology instructor, and I understand a lot of the stuff that they're learning, not all of it, but a lot of it. And I ask them a lot of questions as I'm getting my treatment, and they're going over x-rays and stuff like that. And I like asking a lot of medical questions to these students, and also their supervising dental, their doctors, the dentists that are supervising them. And I'm really impressed with how dedicated those individuals are in learning their craft at that school. And one of the reasons why I go there is because I want to kind of give back and provide them an opportunity to learn from a patient. And that's one of the reasons why I go there. But the thing that I'm impressed about is their dogged determination to learn and to just become a sponge. You've got to have a hunger for learning, okay? And internet marketing is no exception. Yeah, you can make $800 the first month or second month. There's no promises here. I have to be clear about that. I mean, you can make $11,000 in a month like I have, but there's no promises. But as you learn your craft, as you absorb the information like these dental students did today, you're going to increase the likelihood. Your earning power will go no faster than you gain education, okay? So start now. All of us have to start from somewhere, okay? Start now. Learn and learn and learn. The more you learn, the more you earn, okay? Nobody's going to guarantee anything. See our income disclaimer. But the reality is that those who are not learning, those who are not on webinars like this, are not earning. I promise. I have people on my team right now who won't get on webinars. Well, I'm sorry, you're not going to learn any. You're not going to earn any money. The ones that are making money are the ones that are seriously taking action on this stuff, because this stuff has been well tested. So anyway, make it a great day. Hope you find value from that. Click the link for iPass 2. Join us. Make it a great day. Bye.